Shalom Israel. First, I want to start by giving honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKakwadash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. My name is Yeshaya, or Salakia. Double honors unto the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone, who rule, teach, and edify, who taught me this truth, and peace and blessings unto you, hopefully like the Akima Akwat and its also faith. My name is Yeshaya. From the GMS AZ Church, Ottawa, brothers are going to make an edifying video going into just articles, right? So right now, according to this article on the End Time Headlines, is currently one of the hardest times to get a job in America, okay? And that's scriptural, right? Because, you want to oppress a people, you take away their money. You take away their food. You take away their good feelings, all right? And not only that, on an even deeper level, psychological level, America oppresses people in so many different ways. You see these metropolises, you see modernization and gentrification. It all goes into the new development of buildings. These buildings, for one, are built by Issachar. For two, they're plain as fuck. All white brick buildings looking like Minecraft modernization. It looks terrible, so at this stage, Esau is right around the corner from pushing this NWO hard, man. The mandation of the RFID micro C-hip. But before that, you're going to have to oppress the people so that they're weak. You got a people that are of a weak nature. What are they going to do? They're going to submit easily. When you got a people that's starved and hungered, broke, and they don't have anything going for them, that's when you start getting a lack of integrity with their morals and shit like that. That's what they're doing over there in Israel. They're blocking off food and shit like that. And here in America, that's going to be you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, as well as all the other nations in this melting pot that are going to be suffering through this type of shit, okay? Because, all right, look, you got one thing where the jobs are decreasing. You got Trump talking about jobs. Where the fuck are those jobs at? He says he's going to create millions of jobs. He's going to drill. But guess the only thing that you've been seeing under this big, beautiful bill and all the other fucking bullshit that he's been doing, all this full bullshit as propaganda, is they're just increasing the prices and they're hurting the middle and lower class. They really, truly want to abolish the middle class. And that lower class, they want them to stay the lower class. So you got the rich and the poor, all right? And this is the type of nation that we're dealing with. This is the nation that's diverse from other nations, going all the way back to the patricians and the plebeians. The plebeians being the lower class, the so-called Democrats, and the patricians being the Republicans, which is the wealthy and the fat. At the end of the day, they're fucking returning back to that nature of rich and poor. If you're not rich, you're poor. You know what I mean? And guess what's going to happen as we get closer to the time of Esau, pushing out this fucking RFID, all right? You're going to have even less jobs. You're going to have famines. You're going to have all kinds of different things that are going to hit this shit. And some of them are going to be caused by Esau himself as a means to make the people weak so that they're more apt to actually going into this NWO, because they're going to introduce this NWO as some type of miraculous, beautiful thing. And that's to deceive the people. That's to get the people to be like, oh shit, like clearly this is the new way to live, so that we can actually have nice things again. We can have food on our table. We can take care of our children. We can have a place to stay and things to eat. Because at this stage, motherfuckers is shopping at Great Value Walmart, and that shit's all fucking human food anyways, bro. You eating that fucking Great Value shit. Some of that shit is real bugged out, bro. Real talk. You got Bill Gates, Kill Gates over here fucking up the food system, introducing GMO foods that are completely made of science. By meshing cells together, because what is Esau, man? He's that guy that's wiser than Daniel. He's that guy that thinks he's the Most High. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do and then treat people however he needs to treat them. All right? And this is all to further his fucking agenda. This is all to get his enterprise even heightened even more. Okay? But if you have the eye to see it and you have the ear to hear, then you understand the fucking reasons behind these things. So let's just, read this article. It says, new data last week shows a fourth month of peptide job growth and propelled joblessness to its highest levels since late 2021. And that's post, C-19, when the economy was still recovering from the effects of it. It says now as companies wrestle with inflation. And if you look at statistically, even Esau's prophets are saying that, which is the World Economist, and they're saying that the recession rates are that of the same as 2008 crash. All right, and guess what? It's only going to get fucking worse from here. It's not going to get any better. All right, the mirth is going to cease from this place as it's already been. Okay? You see everything drawing back. You even see world economists saying America's lost its fucking sauce, man. This is no longer that fucking nation. You see the world gross GDP, America's producing about 25% of the GDP, whereas the BRICS nations are producing 34%. So they're not even top dollar no more. Okay? America is losing its fucking grip, and that's what the prophecies are going to say, man. This fucking, and at the end of the day, the beast is going to hate the horde. Fucking these nations are going to rise up against it eventually. Because what? We got Neuro, President Trump, which is Neuro in the reincarnation, if you have the eye to see it. Okay? He's fucking pushing all these radical ass policies and stepping on feet. And guess what? It's only a matter of time before this shit gets popping. You know, as it says in Isaiah, you know, the Lord's going to put pruning hooks in the nation of the north. You know, Russia's going to come down and start putting BTA, belt to ass. Okay? As well as the rest of the nations that the fucking, that America angered. Straight belt to ass. And ultimately, this comes from the Heavenly Father. Right? But, now companies wrestle with inflation, economic utterancy, trade policy, whiplash. Many are shredding payrolls and shifting tasks to artificial intelligence while pulling in higher profits. And you know what they say, even in the economy, is that your company pays you 25% less than what they could actually pay you, even with these numbers now. Okay, but at the end of the day, you have nowhere to go because people aren't fucking hiring. It's almost like you have to be a part of the fucking mob to get a job nowadays, especially a job that's more lucrative, like something in the hospitals or something, you know, that's a little more professional, so to say. You got to basically hold a nigga at gunpoint for a fucking job, okay? And that's the fucking bottom line. When your qualifications are high, they're gonna take the person that has the more experience or that has the insider clue, the person that already has somebody that's in the fucking business, so that they have, you know, because at the end of the day, these niggas don't hire right, okay? These motherfuckers don't hire right. If you want to get a job, you better know somebody in that job, or you better be extremely qualified. But guess what? I even heard reports of people saying that they're overqualified for a job. People with degrees and experience and community services and all that shit been overqualified for a position, and they say, well, you want to get into this position and you want this amount of money, I'm only able to give you this amount of money. Because at the end of the day, you're overqualified for this job. I can give you this job at this rate. And it's some bullshit ass rate. It's going to be a pay cut. Okay? So, I mean, that's just basically the rundown. You know, I don't think I really need to read the rest of this article. There's, you know, employers added 22K jobs in August, well below expectations. Well below expectations. And what Trump was saying, he's going to make more jobs. You know? But at the end of the day, all you fucking dumbasses that go into Egypt for help, hey, that's the bottom line. This is what you're going to fucking get. This is the end product. Okay? So, at this stage, bro, gear up, because Jacob's trouble, at its totality, when it comes in full force, is right around the corner. Okay? We're in the early stages of it right now. In this fucking lifetime. Yes, it's happening. We're looking at something like 3 to 12 months where Esau could really start coming down with that fucking, with that shit, man, with that hammer. But let's get this Ecclesiastes 12:1. And it reads, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. When shalt thou say, I have no pleasure in them? So remember your creator. Remember Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because that's ultimately our only salvation out of this. A lot of people are going to be fucking starving. A lot of people are not going to be able to have shit as we get closer to the more troubling times. Isaiah 65:13, real quick, it says, my servants, Salakia, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And that goes into the fact that shit's gonna be scarce, bro. You're gonna have motherfuckers eating boot leather, trying to catch pigeons to grub on them, drinking that dirty ass lake water and shit. You know, Tempe Town Lake in Arizona, motherfuckers are probably gonna take a little, little sip of that just to fucking get by, just to live. And that's the fucking condition that we're about to enter into, bro. But the elect, if you hold on tightly to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, although it's going to be very trying and your faith is going to be tried on the highest level, all right, to the very brink of it, the Lord's still going to take care of you. And that's when you got to have faith. You got to have faith that though you're going through all this bullshit, the Lord will deliver you. Not for what you want, not for how you want it, but how you're going to get it. And the Lord is going to save you from that shit. Because sometimes you might want to be feeling more prosperous than you actually are. You might want to have more than you actually need. Say you in a time of struggle, bro. You can't expect a fucking 3-course steak dinner with a fucking tiramisu dinner and a fucking cocktail. You know what I mean? Shit, if you get by with some fucking meat and some water, then fucking get with that. You know what I mean? Because the Lord's going to give you what you need, bro. Seek ye that daily bread. You know, don't be wanting too fucking much. Want exactly what you need just to get the fuck by, to continue abounding in his faith. Because at the end of the day, we're not here to fucking settle down. We're not here to have fun. We're not here to shoot the shit. Okay? We're here to get by. Whereas the rest of the world, they're not going to have that grace. The Lord's going to give them over to the hand of that fucking harsh ass reality that they're going to face, bro. Straight up like that. These motherfuckers are going to have to go through straight trouble. Okay? The rest of the world, they're going to be fucking in a state of absolute dismay. Okay? But if you hold on to faith, how about Shem Yahushai, in that time, you're not going to face it like they're going to face it, bro. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And that's Esau's prophets, bro. The keepers of the house shall tremble, man. Talking about these world economists. You know, the keepers of the house, the fucking government, Senate, legislators, all those motherfuckers, bro. The what do they call it? The cabin. Okay, that's fucking Esau. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. The grinders cease, bro. You ain't gonna have work here no more, bro. Because there are few. There's nowhere to fucking work, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Why is that? Because there's no vision in this place no more. There's no more hope in this place. The hope of this place is truly lost. Okay? And you fucking... And there's nothing you could do about it, bro. This is what the Lord has set for Babylon. The Lord is going to smite Babylon with the sword fucking destruction. The slain of the Lord shall be many. The Lord is going to set Babylon as a memorialization, but what happens to a wicked-ass people and nation? Like Esau. And he's going to fuck this place up. Straight up, bro. Straight up. It says in Sirach 38, I believe. Real quick, and it says... I'll start at... I'll start at 31. Because there's a lot of people that are really talented at what they do. But regardless of the fact, they have no strength in that what they do, if that makes sense. Say you're a carpenter. Say you work under Esau as just like a journeyman. You know, you're really good at what you do. You're building your shit up. If that company were to go in a recession, you're the first nigga to get cut. Straight up. Even though you're talented at your job, even though you're good at what you do, they're going to cut you because you have no real fucking position. And even the person that owns that company has no real position because he doesn't sit on any council that's on high. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the fucking elites are going to be able to be okay in some term when it comes to food and job security and shit like that because they fucking run the show, bro. These fucking small hats, these fucking juice boxes at the fucking top of this food chain right now in this society are looking down at the fucking havoc that's going to happen because of the shit that they push out, because of the agenda that they're trying to pursue, and this is going to affect the people in that type of way, and this is what they fucking want. They want to push their enterprise further so that they can act as God and come and save these fucking people. Because at the end of the day, bro, if you're a fucking American and you're not one of those fucking elites and they're sitting in them high-ass councils that grow up at noonday pursuing the Job, the 5th chapter, starting at the 13th verse, then you're fucked, bro. Straight up. If you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're fucked, okay? That's how it's going to be. Because even those elites, they're going to be the first to go into fucking captivity because they're terrible. And the Lord's going to have that judgment set right for them, okay? That's why you need Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because no matter how good you are at your job, no matter how good you are at what you do, you're not going to get a fucking job if you know what I'm saying, unless the Lord permits that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be hard. And as we even get closer and closer to these times, bro, you're not going to be able to escape your fucking jobs. The job that you work is going to be the job that you fucking work because you cannot get nothing nowhere else. Niggas will call you and they won't hit you back. Be like, oh, we're looking for new employees. What'd you say? You're African American? Okay, nigga. You know what I mean? These fucking nature of Esau's coming back, bro. You got Edomites, you know what I'm saying, licking Jacob upside down and shit back again. They having that old fucking plantation-ass mindset again. That's straight up. So be really understanding of the times that we're in, bro. Real shit. Seek your daily bread and get by, and prepare yourself for the times that are to come, because it's going to be hell. Okay? And it reads, go. In the 30th verse, he's fashioned the clay with his arms and bowed down his strength before his feet. He apply himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make the clean the furnace. All these trust in their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell there where they will, nor go up or down. So these people are good what they do. They do their fucking job, and a city is built by their hands. And that's really all you tribes, bro. The tribes built America, okay? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, chiefly the Northern Kingdom, working hard as fuck, manning all the operations and shit like that. Says they shall not sought for in public council, nor sit in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They declare justice and judgment. They should not be found where these parables are spoken, but they will maintain the state of the world, and their desire is in the work of their craft, so that they don't do anything more than their craft. But what happens when they don't have an opportunity to do that? They're just sitting there idle, okay? And a lot of these people, vengeful spirits is going to wake up in them when they see their sons and daughters hungry as fuck, their wife starving the fuck out, and they're looking at Esau because they've been working with this company for 20 years, and they're like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to let you go because pay cuts. And you just gave your life to this fucking this industry, and it's gonna fucking kick you out like you didn't mean shit, like you just was a dumb hoe. Okay, prepare yourselves for the fucking times that are to come, because jobs are not gonna be there forever. Okay, and you don't sit in a high place of counsel. Bros is not elites, bro. We're not fucking up there with the judicial systems and the fucking all that bullshit with Esau. We work regular jobs, bro. Some bros is entrepreneurs. Some bros is carpenters. Some bros are plumbers, electricians. Some bros work in a hospital. Some bros work at fucking Wingstop. Straight up, that's how it is. But we get our daily bread and we get the fuck out. But prepare for the times to come when companies gonna start cutting motherfuckers out, or cutting pay, or cutting amenities. They're gonna start treating you like fucking slaves even more, bro. Straight the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, that's the condition of the world that we're about to enter into even more. These companies are broke just like you're broke. These companies are getting fucked up just like you're getting fucked up. Because the man at the very top of the food chain is shitting on everybody else under it because they're trying to push their fucking policies. I saw the thing that they can solve world hunger with with world hunger and homelessness with somewhere around like $200 billion. They sent $250 billion to Israel. That's how you know that this shit is totally fucking rigged, bro. You got small hat leaders at the very top, these juice boxes that are fucking controlling all of this shit. And they're not doing it for the fucking sake of the people. They're doing it for the sake of the enterprise. Because they want to be as God. They want to do what they want to fucking do. They want to run this shit. Okay? They want to go against the Most High. They think they are the Most High. They're pride in their own fucking conceit. But at the end of the day, as a man of the Lord, you listen to the prophets. I'm learning under the prophets. We understand that they're like that. So if you lose your job, if you're struggling to find a job, if you're doing this and that, hold the faith to Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he give you your daily bread, because at the end of the day, we have no fucking control over this shit. The Lord is going to have all of this. Holy shit. Salaki for the stuttering. He has all of this illustrated under the plan of his own movie, bro. Straight up. So, hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to last to give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Kakwadash, Shalom.